One humid week, that's all it takes for a perfectly healthy plant to suddenly look diseased. This is Master Gardener Steve from the Celtic Farm, and today we're going to talk about rust. If you've ever walked into your garden and found orange powder all over your hollyhocks, beans, roses, or even your lawn, this is probably why. The orange dust is rust fungus, and while it looks alarming, it's usually far more manageable than gardeners think. Stay with me because in the next few minutes I'll show you what rust fungus actually is, why it spreads so fast, and how to stop it naturally using organic-friendly methods. Rust fungus isn't just one disease. It's actually a massive family of fungal diseases with thousands of different species affecting different plants. What they all share are these distinctive orange-yellow or reddish-brown spore pustules that usually form on the underside of leaves. The name comes from the fact that the spores literally look like rust dusting the foliage. Now here's the important part most gardeners don't realize. Rust fungi are highly host specific. The rust affecting your hollyhocks is completely different from the rust affecting your beans or your roses. That means your infected hollyhocks usually aren't about to infect your tomatoes. And that's usually good news, because you're not fighting one giant garden-wide outbreak. You're dealing with individual infections on individual plants. The plants I see rust most often on are hollyhocks, roses, daylilies, beans, snapdragons, garlic and onions, pear trees, and even lawn grass. And the pattern is almost always the same: humidity, poor airflow, crowded planting, and wet foliage that stays damp overnight. If you water late in the evening, pack your flower borders tightly, or overhead water constantly, you're basically creating the perfect conditions for fungal spores to spread. Rust spreads by wind and water splash. So every time rain hits infected foliage, or a sprinkler blasts a wet leaf, millions of microscopic spores can spread to nearby plants. And rust almost always starts lower in the plant canopy, where airflow is poor and moisture lingers the longest. A quick Master Gardener tip: if you inspect the lower leaves early in the morning once or twice a week, you'll usually catch rust before it spreads aggressively through the plant. That one habit alone can save an entire planting. Okay, let's talk treatment. And honestly, the biggest mistake gardeners make is waiting too long. Once a plant is heavily covered, you're managing damage more than curing disease. Step 1. Start by removing the worst infected leaves immediately. Bag them, bin them, don't compost them, especially if they're heavily infected, unless your compost pile gets extremely hot. This one dramatically reduces the number of spores spreading through the garden. Step 2. Improve your airflow. This part matters more than most sprays. Thin, overcrowded growth, space plants properly, prune dense interiors. Airflow is one of your strongest defenses against fungal disease. Step 3. Cover your plants with copper or sulfur fungicide. Copper fungicides and sulfur fungicides are both widely used in organic gardening. These work best as protectants, meaning they help stop new infections from spreading. And make sure you spray the undersides of the leaves. That's where the spores live. Reapply during humid stretches or rainy periods. Step 4. Neem oil for prevention. You should have done this way back in the beginning, but this will help. Neem oil is the most effective early, before rust becomes severe. Mix according to labeled directions and spray consistently during humid weather. It's not a miracle cure for heavy infections, but it's an excellent piece of an overall prevention strategy. If rust hits your garden hard this year, here's what I'd change next season. Switch to morning watering. Use drip irrigation or soaker hoses when possible. Avoid wetting foliage unnecessarily. Mulch around susceptible plants to reduce spore splash. Clean up infected debris at the end of the season. And choose resistant varieties whenever possible. Most fungal problems in gardens are a moisture management problem. Remember that. Control your moisture and you control most of the disease pressure. Did you know? Here's something fascinating. Some rust fungi actually require two completely different host plants to complete their life cycle. Cedar apple rust alternates between juniper trees and apple family plants, which means nearby ornamental junipers may actually be contributing to rust problems on apple or pear trees. Nature gets a little weird sometimes, doesn't it? Rust fungus looks dramatic, but most of the time it's manageable with early action and consistent garden habits. Catch it early, keep airflow high, keep foliage dry, and stay consistent. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps more gardeners find the channel. I've also got a full written guide linked below with plant-by-plant breakdowns and treatment options on our blog. And if you're battling rust on a specific plant, drop it in the comments below. I read as many as I can, and our other readers will contribute. See you in the next one.